Well, good morning. This is going to be number 23 and of our global end time ongoing discussion about all this clickbait and fanaticism and keeping us on the edge of our seat, watching what's happening in other places of the world related to end time prophecy that we can't change, that we cannot slow down, we cannot prevent, we can't even help happen. It's going to happen in due season. It's happening even now. I absolutely believe we're in the last times. But I also believe that as a church, we're missing something. We've missed the point. Adam walked with God in the cool of the day. Then he sinned. So since Jesus, we're born into that sin, and we've got to go back to what Adam had. Go back into that relationship that Adam had. And that's what Jesus came to do. All of the Bible, all those stories, all of that is to demonstrate and show for us and take away all of our excuses. Every personality, every excuse, it's there in the Old Testament, in the New Testament. Take all that away and come to one thing. Take all the history, the analogies, take all that away. And what do we come to? That we are spirit beings created in the image of God. And here's the thing. God's not flesh and blood. Sure, he came into flesh and blood, but God is not flesh and blood. God is spirit. And John tells us that God is love. You see, you and I, the original intent of you and I was to be created to become love. We were supposed to be love. And when Adam sinned, he reversed it. Flesh became the dominant thing, and we fell out of love, which is why we search for it. It's why we look for it. That's why we spend millions trying to find love. And the only thing that can fill that is Jesus. That's what he died for, to restore that image of God that was created in you and I, to bring us back into that image so that we can be sons and daughters of God again. If he's love, then his sons and daughters should be love. And Jesus said this in John 13:34, that by this all men will know you're my disciples. By what? Love, agape. It's a noun. And in Romans 13, go study this out for yourself. Don't believe what I'm saying. Study it out for yourself. Romans 13, verse 8, he says, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law. But he says it again in verse 10. Therefore love does no ill to his neighbor as fulfilling the law. Why would he repeat that? Well, because see, originally in verse 8, it says, therefore agapeheo, which is agapeheo is the Greek word used one time less than agape in the New Testament. I might have those reversed. But at verse 8, he's saying to you, therefore those who practice and walk in love, which is what agapeheo is. It's an action. It's the activity. It's always associated with the command to love others. But then in verse 9, he quotes how we treat others, the law according to how we treat others. But then verse 10, he says this, therefore agape. He went from the daily practice and working and becoming, walking in love, to now he uses agape. Therefore agape does no ill to his neighbors. He didn't say, therefore, God does no ill to his neighbors. He said, agape does no ill to his neighbors, referring to you and I. We start out practicing love, and in the process, become love. Paul said, as you be rooted and grounded in love, attaining to maturity, no longer swayed back and forth by the cunning teachings of men and their doctrines. You see, it's about love. You becoming love, to give to others, to sow to others without your right hand, left hand knowing, to not paint the picture any other way than it is, to love others, even those who have used you, to restore those who have used you and abused you. That's what it's love. That's what all this is about. So you can be focused on what's happening at the end time, miss it out on the spiritual maturity that's supposed to be happening on the real you, the one you can't see, I can't see. It's called love. Practice it, and in doing so, you become it. Listen, we love you. Remember, Jesus loves people. Love never fails.